The next date problem in the sense what? Suppose if I enter any date, my system should be capable enough to give me the next date, which is not less than 30 and which is not equal to 30. I have entered something else, then I will print invalid input date. Hello everyone, I welcome all of you to the beautiful and interesting session. In this week, I call it as a problem week. So what do you call this week as a problem week? Because in this week, I have 3 problems to be discussed. So very important problems. In fact, the first problem which I'm going to consider or I'm going to discuss is all about the next date problem. What exactly next date problem? My voice will be thinking, so with whom I should go to the date? Okay, with whom I should go for a next date? So no, not that date, my dear guys. So this is a different date. All right, I will be explaining this. So the first problem which I'm going to discuss is all about the next date problem, and the second problem in the next session which I'm going to discuss is all about the commission problem, and the next after that I will be discussing a very interesting problem, that is SATM problem. So this is going to be very, very interesting. So you will be understanding a lot of things, even though the problem is very common and the program is very simple. All right, without wasting much of your time, so let's get into the concept. That's all about the next date problem. So what is that I have here? The next date problem in the sense what? Suppose if I enter any date, my system should be capable enough to give me the next date. Say for example, I will enter 10/03 and 2002. So this is day, this is month, this is year. Suppose if I enter like this, the system should be able to give me the next date. Next date in the sense what? So 11/3/2002. So this is what? The next date. This is what I will call it as a next date. Sir, it's very simple. No, sir. Why do you want to write such a big program? No, why do you want to waste one session for that? Yes, there comes a concept. So my dear students, you need to listen to me carefully. It's going to be very interesting. So you will find it like, sir, do we have all these things to be thought like before we get into this next date problem? Yes. So I will not waste your time, but I want all of you to listen to me or watch the session till the end. All right. So let's start without wasting much of your time. My dear students, so I will trace the program. I will run the program. So please be with me till the end of my session. So please take a notepad and make a note of certain important points which I'm going to tell you at this point of time. So what is that I have now? First, listen to me carefully. This pseudocode is written in the programming language called Fortran. So you don't have to worry about it much. So they have used the syntax of pseudocode. Hope all of you know the syntax of pseudocode. And meanwhile, I will also explain. So it's very important that you have to go back and check what exactly the pseudocode that we follow and what is the exact syntax for that. So guys, you need to observe here, I have tomorrow day, tomorrow month and tomorrow year. So what exactly this tomorrow date, tomorrow month, tomorrow year? I have 3 different variables that I have considered. So DIM, in the sense I'm just declaring the variable, is what you need to remember now. So fine, why do you declare that, sir? I have already told you I need to give you the next date, right? So this values will be stored in these variables. That's what you need to observe here. And these variables will be storing the data in the type of integer. That's what I have declared here. So as in this, like this is the data type that I'm going to store in these variables is what you need to understand. So fine. So to store the result, you have created 3 variables. That's what you're trying to explain. The next one, the next line, why do I have this? So again, I have day, month, year. So why do I have this day, month, year? These 3 variables, again, it's in the form of integer. You should be able to store the integer values in that variable. So please listen to me carefully. I have to enter the date, right? So this is what I have entered, right? So where do I store this? To store this, I have created 3 variables. So you understood, result will be stored in the 3 different variables, and whatever you are giving the input to the system will be stored in the 3 different variables. So fine. So you have 2 different lines, and you got to know that purpose of these 2 lines. The next line that I have is C1, C2, C3. Again, the C1, C2, C3 is the variables. So these variables are in the type of Boolean. Boolean in the sense you all know that. So it stores the result in the form of true or false or 0 or 1. So I will be able to store only 0 or 1 in these variables is what you need to understand. C1 in the sense condition 1, condition 2, condition 3. That's how I have assumed. So in this line, that's what you need to remember. So fine, you understood 3 lines. So these 3 lines gives me the different variables that I'm going to use in this program. So fine, you don't have any doubt till now. So now let's start the program. So everything till here, whatever I have, it's in the do while. Okay, so everything, whatever I have. So from here, I'm starting from here to till here. So it's in the do while inside the loop. Okay, so what is that I have? So please observe carefully. So I have the print statement. So instead of print statement in the pseudocode, I can use a keyword called output. So whatever I have within the quotes, it will be printed as it is. So fine, what is that I'm trying to print? So enter today's date in the format of MMDDYYYY. All right, MMDDYYYY. So fine, so that's what I'm asking the user to enter. So fine, user is entering. So I need to read, I need to save it. So you would have studied the C programming. So if I say this word, probably you will understand. Scanf, we use the scanf to read the values from the user, right? So in the same way, I'm using input. Okay, I'm using the keyword input in the pseudocode language. So to read 3 values from the user. So fine. So where exactly I'm storing that? So guys, I'm storing that in the month, day and year. So please understand that. So if you ask me, sir, it should be in the order, no sir. So you have asked MMDDYYYY. Yes, you can change the order. All right. So day, month, year. So the only agenda that you need to understand here is you are reading the value from the user and you're storing. That's it. That's what you need to understand here. So fine, we have entered the day, entered the month and entered the year. So user job is done now. So now I need to check from the system side. What is that you are going to check? If not C1, okay, what is that? What is the thing that you are going to check? Whenever you are entering the C1, all right, whenever you're entering the day, so let's come to the point like that. You have entered the day. Whenever you have entered the day, so we have some condition. What is the condition that you're trying to check? So please observe, whenever you're entering the day, it should be in this range. It should be in this range. That's the condition that I have. So what is the condition? So please observe what is my condition here. So please observe my day should be within the range that is 1 to 31. Suppose if that is not true, so in my C1, I will have 0. So in the C1, I will have 0 or false. Suppose condition is true. If this condition is true, all right. So please observe, if the condition is true, nothing will happen. Suppose if the condition is not true, so that's what we have given. If not C1, so then I will be printing the error message saying that the value of the day is not in the range. What will happen? It will check for the condition. You have entered the number which is not in the range from 1 to 31. So if that is not true, so I will be executing this statement. That's what you need to understand. Same way, I will be checking the second condition. So my month, whatever I'm entering, so that should be in the range like 1 to 12. 1 to 12. Suppose if that is not true, so again, this statement will be executed. That's what you need to observe. What is the statement? So value of the month is not in the range 1 to 12. You cannot say that, enter 13 and take it as a month. No, I cannot. I need to check for the 13th month. Where is that in the calendar? All right. So that's not there. So it is invalid. In the same way, I have C3. Okay. C3 also. So please observe in this program, we have taken the range. So what is that? So 1812. So from there, so I have taken it from, I have taken it to 2012. So it depends up to you. Like, you can just give the range. You can extend the range. It is up to you. Let me just show you how exactly it is working. That's why we have taken the range like this for the year. Suppose if the entered range of this year is not in this range, so I will say that it's invalid. That's all is happening in this. What is that is happening in this code? You just have to understand whatever you have entered as a user, so it should be a valid data, so it should satisfy this range. So that's what I'm asking and I'm doing in this part. That's what you need to understand here. So fine, we have entered the day and it's in the range. We have entered the month and it's in the range. We have entered the year and again it's in the range. So let's check it. What is going to happen for my dates? Look how exactly this program is moving forward. Let's check that. So I will be using the switch case here. I will be using the concept of switch case. So why are you using the concept of switch case here? Please observe. So I have divided my program into 4 different cases. So how exactly I have divided? So in the first case, I have taken some set of months. So that is 1, 3, 5, 7, 8 or 10. So this is the different months that I have. In these months, I will get 31 days. In these months, I will get 31 days. That's what you need to observe. Say for example, my entered month is coming in these number. Say for example, I have entered the month as 7. So then I will be executing the case number 1. Say for example, I have entered the month as 5. So which case will be executed? Case number 1. So any number that I have here, suppose any number, say for example, 1, 3, 5, 7, 8, 10. Okay, so any number among this, if you have entered for the month, then case 1 will be executed. Sir, you can ask me, sir, even in the December also we get 31 days. No, sir, why you have not included 12? I will be explaining that in the next cases. So don't worry, let me explain this clearly. So please understand what will happen if you have entered month is in this values. So let's check that. So fine, when this case will be executed? When my month is in this number. Alright, so that's what you need to understand. So fine, what will happen then? Suppose if you have entered the day which is less than 31. You have entered the day, okay, that value is less than 31. So what will happen? So please observe, tomorrow day, okay, tomorrow day will be day plus 1. Tomorrow day will be day plus 1. What will happen? Please observe. I have entered 29 Jan 1991. So this is what I have entered. So all the values is in the range. So please observe what is the condition that I'm checking. So first I will check the month. So month value is 1. So it's in the 1. So case 1 will be executed. So inside that, what is the condition that I'm checking? So day is less than 31. Yes, fine. If this is 31, what I will do? Tomorrow day is equal to day plus 1. Day value is 21. So day value is what? This is tomorrow day. Day value is 21. So 21 plus 1. So that is 30. So what is the tomorrow day? So it is 30. Then after that, I will not change the year and I will not change the month. I will keep it as it is. That's why there is no change in this. So that's what you need to understand. Suppose, so please understand, if the day is not lesser than 31, what happens? So please observe. What is the next case? Obviously, it should be greater than 31. All right. So that's what I will be checking. If that is the case, what I will do is, tomorrow day is 1. I will make it as 1. It should go to the next month, right? That is February 1. Then after that, I will increment the month. Suppose my month value is 1. I will increment it to plus 1. That is February. So here I will not do any change. I will retain it as it is. So this is what will happen if my entered month is in this values. So fine, this is case 1. Listen to me carefully. So let's go to the case 2. What will happen in the case 2? Which are the months will come in the case 2? Observe, I have 4, 6, 9 and 11. So if I have entered my month in this range, so what happens? In all these months, I will get 30 days. In all these months, I will get 30 days. So what is my condition here? The same thing what you did there. So I have taken, so days is less than 31. But here, what I will do, I will take it for less than 30. That's it. All right. So if that is the case, I will increment the tomorrow day is equal to day plus 1. I will take tomorrow day is equal to day plus 1. That's it. If my day is less than 30. Suppose if not, what I will do? So please observe, if the day is equal to 30. If the day is equal to 30, then what I will do? then tomorrow day is equal to 1. So that the next day, all right, tomorrow day is equal to 1. Say for example, I've taken April, all right. So then it should be May 1st, right? So tomorrow day, it should be day 1, all right. Then after that, month plus 1. Then after that, month plus 1. So I have entered 4. So plus 1. So that's what I will do. Suppose if I have entered something else, okay, which is not less than 30 and which is not equal to 30, I have entered something else, then I will print invalid input date. That's what I will do, all right. So that's what you need to understand here. Fine, I have understood the case 2 also. So what is the case 1? Case 1 will come in this months and 31 days. Case 2 will come in this months and I will be entering the values with respect to the 30 days. So which is the left out month then? So I have left out with 2 months. One is February and another one is December. So please be very careful in this. So I have explained. So let me show you. I have spoken about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right. So I have spoken about 1. All right. I have spoken about 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. But I have not spoken about 12 and 13. So this is a special case that I have to consider now. So let's discuss about these 2 months. Now carefully listen to me. So I have the December month. Let me take a December month. So where I will be doing this, when my month is 12, if you have entered the month as 12, all right, I will be executing this case. What will happen here? So please listen to me carefully. If the days is less than 31, if the days is less than 31, sir, even in the first case also you had given the same condition. No, sir. But please observe. So I have something change here. All right. So if the days is 31, what I should do is then tomorrow day plus 1. Tomorrow day plus 1. So please observe. What is that? Suppose if my day is 29, 12 and 2000. All right. That's what I have entered. So what I will do, I will just do 30, 12, 2000. That's what I will do. I will just increment this value. I'm not doing anything else. All right. Suppose this is not the condition now. Suppose if it is greater than 31, what I should do? So please listen to me carefully. Tomorrow day is equal to 1. So that is January 1st. All right. So month, okay, I will make it as 1. So that's what tomorrow month is equal to 1. Then, so if year is 2012, then invalid input date, because I have given that less than 2012. That's why I will make it as invalid. That's what you need to observe. That's what you need to observe. Please check. All right, sir, you can ask me, suppose if I have entered 2013, 14, what should I do? So what you should do is you just have to change the condition. That's it. Okay, less than or equal to. Is it? No. Guys, greater than or equal to. You have to do it. What is that you will do? Greater than or equal to 2012. Then you should say that invalid. Else, you have to apply this. What is this? Tomorrow year is equal to year plus 1. You will just increment 1 year. That's it. So this condition I cannot have in all the cases. That's why I've taken this case separately. So fine, you have learned the case 1. You have learned case 2. You have learned case 3. What is the next case? So the next case is all about the February case. Okay. So this is very, very tricky case. All right. This is where your knowledge, your skills demands. Listen to me carefully. I will come across with 4 different cases here. Different cases in the sense situations. So you need to listen to me carefully. What is the first case or chance that I have? So let me not use the case word because I'm using the switch case here. Let me tell you a situation. So first situation will be month, you have entered it as 2. Fine. So what is that I have to check now? The first condition that I'm checking is if day is less than 28. So there is no problem for me. I will just increment day plus 1. So there is no issue for me because I can have 28 in the February. So fine. Suppose you have entered 28. You have entered 28. From here problem arises for me. Why? Because in all the year, February, I will not have 29 to calculate it as next date. So then what is that? Why, sir, I will not have? Because we have something called leap year. What is that leap year? You need to think about it. We call it as a leap year. What exactly leap year is all about? So please understand, so how many days we have in a year? 365 days. But listen to me carefully. So it's not 365 days, it's 365.25 days. It's 2.5, okay? So 365.25. This 2.5, that is 0.25 day is extra in every year. So for that, to solve this problem, so what we have done is, so 0.25, 0.25, 0.25, putting together, I have added 1 day. So that year, we call it as a leap year. So that's what you need to understand. So all this 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, so we have added in 1 year. So every 4 years once, so you will have 1 leap year. That's what you need to understand here. So there, at that time, so your February will have 1 day extra. So that's what you need to understand. So that's the concept of leap year. So let's check it, how exactly we are doing it. So suppose if the day is equal to 28, the day is equal to 28, then I should check whether it is a leap year or not. So please observe here, here is a leap year. Here is a leap year. So fine, then tomorrow is equal to 29. Okay, if that is leap year, then tomorrow is equal to 29. So that is what you will update. Suppose if it is not leap year, then what you will do? Obviously, the tomorrow day, you will make it as 1, that is March 1st, and you will update the month as 3. That's what you will do. So fine. This is when you have entered the day as 28 and the month is 2. But you have entered 29. You have entered 29. What is that I have to do now? I have entered 29. What is that I have to do now? So please observe. Then if the year is leap year, what is that you will do? So you will update the next day, that is March 1st, and you will update the month, that is 3. So you will update this suppose. Else, if the day is greater than 29, if the day is greater than 29, in this case, what I will do? So invalid input. There is a invalid input. That's what I will calculate. That's what I will calculate. That's what you need to observe here. That's what you will be thinking. So I have entered 30. So will I have 30 in the February? No. So I have to consider that as an invalid input. So this is how I will be calculating the next date with the help of this program. So you need to observe how many different cases that we have tested. All right. So this is what you need to understand with respect to the next date problem. All right. By saying this, let me wind up the session. Thank you very much and keep waiting for me for the next problem, that is commission problem. Thank you. Bye-bye.